Hello to all you patriots out there in podcast land, and welcome to episode 457 of Canadian Patriot Podcast, the number one live podcast in Canada, recorded August 18th, 2025.
We need your help. To support the Canadian Patriot Podcast, visit patreon.com/CPP. Become a Patreon. You can get a better quality version of the show for just $1 per episode. Show you're not a communist. Buy a CPP t-shirt for just $24.99 plus shipping and theft. Visit CanadianPatriotPodcast.com homepage and follow the link on the right.
Excellent. That brings us to our favorite segment of the show. What are we drinking? And something that you've done off the Patriot Challenge. So, Pierre, what are you drinking this evening, sir?
As per our conversation pre-show, I'm drinking Gatorade. Like,
Excellent.
no, 40 Creek and Pepsi, as well as my water. Uh, with the weather, I mean, it's starting to cool down, but water has not been an issue of consumption doing what I do
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Uh, like, just get home, like, just drenched and, like, go for a shower. And, like, we got AC and everything. And I'm like, it's so hot. Like, go let the dogs out afterwards. And I was like, this is miserable. Like, yeah, so doing that. Uh, Getting better situated. So we got a little bit of organizing done that we've been pushing off. Normally, where I'm sitting is normally the only clean spot in this room because everything gets thrown over there. But we've done, well, mostly Mel
It's
did a
all right. I
big
do the
cleanup.
same here. Everything in frame is clean and tidy and organized, but just over there, it's a big mess.
Yeah, no, right now it's actually really good. Yeah, so we found a bunch of first aid supplies, some of our prep stuff, and it's like, okay, started, okay, let's repack our bags. We're getting to that time of year where we may have to switch some stuff out, double check expiration dates. Granola bars are still edible, but they'd be
Yeah.
better if they're not 4 years old.
Yeah,
Eat them
maybe
before the
put those ones
deadlines.
in your lunchbox and then put a
Yeah,
new box, yeah, in the
yeah, doing stuff like that. Yeah, just finding preps, getting organized with that. Getting situated in an inventory on my reloading stuff. A few things I need to get. Fingers crossed I can even fucking find any of them. I'd love to get into reloading my uh, PR ammo, but as it stands right now, to get the dies and this, that, and everything, I was like, I'm not gonna save a bunch compared to buying match grade ammo
yeah.
as it stands right now. So yeah, just gonna work on getting stock up for that. But running low on 22 250 ammo, some 30 6 ammo. Still doing a little bit of load development for that. Figure out our deer loads and our bear loads and big game stuff. So fingers
Nice.
crossed in the next few weeks we're gonna go up somewhere on Crown Land if the overlords will still allow us. Where
Yeah.
we can get about 100 to 150 yards. So maybe go test some stuff
Nice.
out, mount a few
Yeah.
scopes, get those
Nice.
resighted in. Yeah, I'm swapping my 30-06 and my 22 250 scope, switching a few things around. So gonna get that done, and then yeah, just keep getting food and trying out new things. Which supper tonight was delicious.
It did
So
look pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
oh yeah, no, it turned out like I flat out said I ate half of it, and I was like, this is the only way we're making this now. So yeah, that's about it for me. How about you, Gavin?
Nice. I am drinking Signal Hill and Diet Pepsi as per usual. Yeah, just quickly touching on the reloading thing because I was actually having that conversation with my sales manager who I got into shooting. um, and has been coming out and doing stuff at the ORA, and who I accidentally,
Nice.
like, well, not accidentally, but like, who I ran into up at the base over the weekend, not knowing that he was going to be there. So that's the first time that that's happened, that he's gone out and done the shooty thing, and I've been up doing the
Nice.
shooty thing independently, and we ran into one another at the base. So that was good. But yeah, he was asking about reloading and like, is it worth getting? Because his kid's starting to kind of like get the shooting autism and like
Yeah.
really start to look into all the things. And I was like, well, yeah, it's not necessarily going to be any cheaper for you, but it might ensure supply as long as you have components, and the consistency for the money will be better.
Yeah. Right. Like I mean, you'll probably
Yeah.
save like, I mean,
Yeah, depending on what
like
it is,
this.
like you might save a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
some of the
Right.
more boutique or
Niche.
more expensive stuff, but yeah, common stuff like I bought a case of 9 mil the other day and it was so cheap, and it was just like I was telling a buddy of mine that reloads and he's like, I can't even reload it for that.
No.
And I was
No.
like,
I
yeah,
mean,
we lucked
what
out.
was it?
We found a deal and just like bought enough to get through the next couple of weeks anyways. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. Like, yeah, I keep getting those emails, right? Like FOC has a pretty good sale
Yeah,
from time
that's
to
for
time.
this. That's
Like,
for
like a
that's
thousand
exactly.
rounds for like $300. I'm like,
Yeah, it worked out to $330, taxes included. So I may have gone and bought a few cases.
yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
like,
just
you're
like
talking what, like 3.5 cents a round?
yeah, yeah.
Like, you can't
It was
reload for that.
so cheap that I had to. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If anyone still needs ammo, there may or may not be some left. But yeah, Patriot Channel said, yeah, definitely drinking the water is not a problem the last little while. Although Sunday was like I was at the range on the Sunday there, and after the Saturday, which was like ridiculous, and apparently they got to like extreme plus on Saturday and had to shut everything down. Um, and then Sunday, I almost needed a sweater, and
That's crazy.
I brought like 4 liters of water in a cooler with ice so that I would have like cold water to drink. Yeah, I didn't
The
need
ice
it.
just made a giant cube and you couldn't get to your
Yeah,
water
like
because it was so cold.
I didn't end up needing 4 liters of water. I barely drank a liter of water while I was there in the morning. So I still drank my water when I got home and everything, but like, yeah, I
Yeah,
was
but I
all
would
worried
way
that I
more.
was gonna, I was always worried that I was gonna need it, and like, oh my God, it's gonna be so hot. Because like the weekend previous, like I did the same. I brought, I mean, not quite as much, but very close to that. I think I brought 3 liters instead of four, and I
Yeah,
used like every single drop because it was
yeah.
just so ridiculously hot.
And then the second you left the range, you stopped and picked up like a bottle of water. Like, cause
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, right. Like I'd always prefer having more water and like having
yeah,
to bring it home than like, yeah, cause like depending, you don't have time to be like, oh, can I, even if you've got extra in the truck, if the truck's not close or, you
yeah,
can't go get something. So it's like, you can't, or you're missing out on a stage, right? Which
yeah,
is going to affect
exactly,
the overall
right?
stage. Like, yeah. So yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's that tough battle, especially if you got to carry everything like PR. It's like,
yeah,
do you want to carry 4 liters of water? Like,
yeah.
it's a
No,
lot of weight.
luckily, the last couple of times I've been the range safety officer, so I'm allowed to have a vehicle with me at all times with all of my shit in it, which
Yeah.
certainly helps. But yeah, it's just yeah, it was just kind of funny though how all of a sudden like, and today was kind of like it was
Today was
nice
really
today.
nice.
It was nice
Yeah.
today, but it was definitely on the cool side. But that is very welcome after the bajillion degrees that it has been for the last forever. So
Two
yeah,
weeks. Yeah.
that has made the drinking of the water so much easier. Although I'll have to work a little harder at it now because of all of that stuff. But
Yeah. Now it's, you have to make a conscious effort to
yeah,
drink 2 liters. Before it was just like out of necessity, we had to.
yeah, that I guess for the listening and or viewing audience, maybe I'll explain the little joke about the Gatorade just because it's a funny story. So other things that I've had to practice this week is patience and dealing with people. Um, my accountant controller person at work came to me and had, I need to show you something, which is never a good way to start a conversation at work,
Especially not with your accountant.
right? Like, so he hands me a piece of paper. I look at it and it's an invoice for Uline. So they do like, office supplies and
They
like
do
warehouse
everything.
supplies and yeah, like anything that you can think of that you might need to run a business, they have it. Like it originally started as like, yeah, like industrial supply kind of stuff, like cleaning stuff for work. But now you can get fucking anything and everything
Yeah.
apparently. As is evident by this. So I look at this invoice and I'm like, okay, it's for Uline. Okay. I look and there are 3 cases of Gatorade powder totaling $1,000.
This is not like the can you buy at Walmart.
No, it
This is a
is like
case of the cans you buy at
yeah,
Walmart.
3 cases of cans. Yeah. Each paper package makes 2.5 gallons, and there's something like 24 or 30 of those packages per case. We have enough powder to make almost 1,000 liters of Gatorade for 6 employees. So I definitely had to exercise much restraint in dealing with that. Um, Thankfully, um, AI is very good at taking my words
Inappropriate
and putting
words.
it into a concise, more professionally worded email than I could do because, like, hey, fucktard, unfuck yourself apparently is not a professional way to deal with it. But
I I think
hopefully,
I think it
yeah,
should be.
it should be,
It's very
especially in
it,
instances like this.
yeah. But so within the next few months, you have to go over there for a visit and make sure there's still fucking Gatorade.
Oh, I absolutely I am going to do that, and I am going to ask for like inventory reports and everything on it to make sure that this Gatorade is not disappearing faster than it should and finding its ways into the cupboards of people's kitchens, which I know for a fact it already has. But
Yes,
anyways,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Upcoming events aside from the inventory of Gatorade, the Army Run is coming up in September. The prices have already gone up on it, so if you're going to do the thing, you should probably have already paid to do the thing. Also, the government doesn't want you to know this, but you could just go walk outside for free. So you could also
Yep.
just do that. But if you're going to support things, it's not a bad cause because it all kind of helps veterans and the wounded warriors and all of that fun stuff. So definitely consider doing that because fitness is fun or something.
Yeah.
Um, Now on to things that are not fun.
More infuriating.
Yeah. Although, I mean, we'll see where this goes. But liberal gun buyback program will be completed within a year, public safety minister says. The public safety minister that has had to recuse himself from multiple
At
things.
least two.
Yeah,
Is
at
it more
least
than
two
two?
groups. Yeah, two
Yeah.
groups. And has also written recommendation letters for known terrorists. But that safety minister
Yeah.
um, is telling us that the gun buyback program that was initially proposed back in May of 2020.
Mhm.
For those taking stock now, it is now August of 2025. Um, there still is no plan. They recently did the or rolled out the business buyback in what was it, October, November of last
Yeah,
year,
something like that. Yeah.
where they said,
So,
okay, the program is now open for businesses.
right, so it took over 4 years for businesses sitting on inventory
Yeah,
that they have paid and had no way of supplementing that income or
yeah,
at least getting any dollar value for it, which could be hundreds of thousands,
millions on some
even
of them even. Yeah, like
yeah,
some of the
like
bigger guys
depending.
out there.
Yeah,
Absolutely, especially with the like the wide breadth of stuff that has been banned now that may or may not have been on their shelves.
yeah,
Easily, I think some of the bigger guys could have millions of dollars. Like,
yeah, right. So they were sitting at a loss of millions of
yeah,
dollars for over 4 years.
yeah.
Um,
Before they
so
even had the opportunity to turn this stuff in. And like the government knew it was there because it's all registered, it's all in inventory, and there
yeah,
is a financial incentive for these people to do something about
yeah,
this, right?
yeah.
Um, but even then, I really don't think all that many businesses have started to take advantage of this program in
I'm
the 8, 9, 10 months that it has been available.
yeah about
I'm
that.
sure
Yeah.
there have been some. I
Yep.
know that there have been some. I don't think
Yep.
any of the people that have participated have yet to be paid for it. So
See,
that's
that's what I'm.
problematic. So if this program has been around for 8 months and people have taken advantage of it because there's
Yeah.
a financial sort of drive to do
Inside.
that because they're running a business,
Yeah.
but they haven't been paid for it, like that's a big concern because
Yes.
while there might be, individuals that have millions of dollars in inventory, I don't think that comes anywhere near
A
the
business. Yeah.
value that is going to be in the hands of civilians that have been buying guns that now may be prohibited.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's
And
2 million law abiding gun owners that have licenses. If each of those people has one item that has been prohibited,
yeah.
and they give you
Right.
$1 for it, that's $2 million alone. But we know that
Yeah.
some of those items are worth more, not that we'll get anywhere near their value. Yeah, somehow
Right.
this guy thinks that in a month they're going to go from not having a program that they haven't been able to get off the ground for 5 years to having a program, and then a year from that. So come September next year,
Yeah.
they think that everyone that is in possession of a now prohibited firearm is going to have turned that in. And to me, completed means they've been compensated for that as well. They think that
Yes.
somehow in 13 months from now, that is going to be all said and done.
Right. And last I heard, like Canada Post still has Canada Post said like, yeah,
Yeah, go fuck
I don't want to
yourself.
deal with this. So yeah,
Yeah,
like so have they even found anything, or it's like, is it gonna be like you have to drive to your local police establishment? Like, you know,
yeah.
like
But
is it gonna be
as we've
that?
said before, though, how's that going to go over? You're going to
Yeah.
have like, some older person that may or may not be like 100% with it,
Yeah.
or like not being abreast of like all of the most recent gun rules and regulations because they've changed, and some of the older fuddier members still like don't know, right? Like,
Yeah.
the people that think like you can only hunt with like 3 rounds in a rifle, like those kind of people are probably going to show up with things that they've got that may or may not be banned, and they're just going to walk into a police station holding a rifle or something stupid, right? Like
Yeah. And I mean,
that's not gonna work out well.
yeah,
Like,
right. And I mean, yeah, you can put all these things, but I mean, I think it should just be, I mean, you taking a financial hit of let's say two, three, four, $5,000 of you wanting to keep what you have should be allowed.
yeah,
Um, Still don't agree that they say now you can't use it, even though there's been how many years of no crime committed, nothing, where you can still possess these things and everything.
yeah. I know the CCFR currently has a big push on right now to go and petition your MP to talk to them about the grandfathering clause, as a way to,
Similar to how they did prohibited.
well, like, but do it like actually grandfather it like they've done in the past with like 12.6 pistols and stuff like that, that people are
Yeah,
still allowed to own even though they're prohibited. They're still allowed to go and use them even though they're prohibited. And up until recently, you were still allowed to pass those on to your immediate family or
yeah,
to other people that also had that
yeah.
12.6 designation. Because like the original long gun registry that they said was going to cost like $2 million, but then ended up being $2 billion. And that wasn't even like to buy guns back. That was just a
To get
ballooning of the administration to write down like who has what gun and what the serial number is. Like,
yeah,
this is going to be, I mean, they've
way
already
different.
spent ridiculous amounts of money and they haven't really collected anything and paid
No,
anyone for it.
they don't even
Oh,
have a plan per
yeah.
se. Like, fine,
Yeah, at
they've
least that, like,
put
I
something
guess we'll
forward.
find out in a month, right? What the
Yeah,
plan is. But
allegedly. I mean, they do allegedly have something for
yeah,
businesses where they took everything and probably destroyed it. Let's be
yeah,
honest. They
yeah,
didn't do anything other than just disembark it, smelt it into a chunk of whatever. Um,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. Not a single firearm is sent to the Ukraine either right now, and they need them. They are fighting a war. They need those GSG 15s so badly.
put those fucking 110 round drum magazines.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I just want one to have 110. Sounds like a pain in the ass to fucking reload 110 round
As someone
22s.
that has a GSG 110 round drum magazine, I can confirm both of those things. One, it is stupid fun, and
Two,
two, it is a pain in the ass to reload and it jams all the friggin' time.
yeah,
But it is stupid fun.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, like Like this guy is just this whole thing is ridiculous. But yes, the grandfathering option, while I don't like it, because I would just like to legally own the things that I have and be able to use them with no restrictions, because
Yes.
I'm law abiding and I've already jumped through all the hoops and I'm daily vetted and all of that.
Yeah.
At least it allows me to go and use the things that are hanging on my wall that um, I've been in peaceful legal possession of,
For
and it
many,
buys
many
us some
times.
time. Um,
Yeah.
we can always change things after that, but at least it allows me to use them because we have proven time and time again that we are not the problem. And in a country that is already running a massive deficit and spending is out of control,
Oh,
doing this grandfathering thing or just scrapping the thing altogether, which would be the better one, will
yes.
save millions, if not billions, of taxpayer dollars that would be better spent on literally anything else. Like the border, which is a big thing, and they talk about it a little in this here, but like, Trump keeps going on about the fentanyl coming in from Canada. We keep saying, not we as in the podcast, but we as in the Canadian government, keep saying that like
Guns are
the
coming
amount
up.
of fentanyl coming into the States from Canada is so minuscule, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, but even if that's true, there is shit ton of illegal guns, as we will talk about in the next article and all
Yeah.
that are coming north across the border. We need to stop that. We need to stop all kinds of other nonsense. So you could spend it
Right.
on that. You could spend it on the homeless problem, the housing crisis. The the money could be spent on the fentanyl crisis. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Even if we're not stopping it going south across the
Right.
border,
And
we could stop people from buying it here, like in BC, where it's just going rampant. Like,
yeah. And I mean, is that really on us to prevent stuff getting into your country? Like,
no, that's an American
that's
problem.
right,
Yeah.
right. Like that's
Like
not
we'll
on
do our
CBS.
best.
Yeah, we'll right, like yes, we should do investigations, and if we find a big thing
Yeah.
or whatever. But if a vehicle crosses from Canada to the US, that sounds like that was your
Yeah.
US Customs border agent
Like, yeah,
issue.
we'll do everything we can to not make it easy. And like if we do some
Yeah,
spot checks here and there and stuff like that, absolutely. Our
yeah,
job is to worry about the shit coming into our country.
yeah. Which we should do
Your
a better
job is to
job.
worry about like because we could easily turn this around and go, well, why aren't you doing anything about the illegal guns coming into our country to
Right?
America? Like, what are you doing about that?
Yeah, and it's like fine, they do the things, they do their things. If
Yeah,
they
but
think
that's
straw
not their problem.
purchases, no, straw purchases, like anything that stays inside, but the second it leaves the country, they're like, I mean, fine, if they find someone or whatever,
Yeah,
like they could reach out to CSIS or CBSA and just be like,
yeah,
hey, we have someone that might have crossed the border that, may have had something. Like, so like guns coming up is a CBSA issue,
yeah,
Canadian Border Security Agents.
yeah,
And maybe we should take this money and staff them better, train them
yeah.
better. Um, I'm not saying search every fucking vehicle coming across,
No,
but there are probably
yeah,
things we
anyone
could do
that
way
seems
better.
sketchy, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like this is
Yeah.
just insane. Like, but yeah, somehow he thinks that like they're gonna get this all sorted, and
Has he
that
has
with
he figured out how to do the gun course yet and what the requirements are for anything?
well, so yeah,
Because we
probably
remember
not.
that story.
And I yeah, and so like that's actually one of the things I wanted to touch on here. So oh, where is it? I'm trying to find the part in the article here. So they were asking him, yeah.
Was it this article?
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah. No, there
it
was
was a while ago.
no, no, no. It's not that, but it relates to this. So, um, yeah, he's the one that screwed up where they asked him about like a bunch of questions about the PAL course and what's this and what's that, and this guy had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Like, but so here it is. The question posed to him was, "You're now been public safety minister for a little more than 3 months after spending nearly 2 years working on Crown Indigenous relations. How has that adjustment been?" So he talks about how, like, in the previous thing, it was all about building relationships, and it was kind of like he had one topic, right? How
Yeah.
the government and the natives get along. So now he's like, this portfolio has 6 different portfolios that report directly to my office. So it's not just one issue, it's more like 6 different issues. Yeah, that would
Okay.
be accurate, seeing as you have six
Sure.
portfolios that report to you. So, yes.
Yeah.
Uh, he then goes on to say, so I have had to understand that, and this summer was very helpful for me to go into much deeper dive into the inner workings of each organization and understand what each of the institutions do. I went to an RCMP graduation, visited many of the border crossings, airports, as well as ports of entry, and that's all important. So I feel like I'm way more prepared now and fully ready to take on the next task as Parliament resumes. How the fuck does going to an RCMP graduation tell you anything about
Yeah.
anything other than what like it doesn't even give you better insight into how the RCMP operates as an organization.
No.
It certainly doesn't tell you anything about how they have to deal with guns and this and that or anything else.
No. Why? Because it's technically their first day on the job. Like,
Yeah.
right? It's all been training based at that point, which I mean, fine if you're going to be someone that represents something. Like, I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, hey, if you feel you should go, like, fine, go see it. But I don't see that how that's beneficial.
Helping it doesn't teach him anything about
No,
anything. Yeah.
going to the
But
border
that
crossing depends on the conversation you had. Like,
yeah.
did you actually have a conversation? It's just being like, hey, look, I know I'm a member of parliament, but like, all bullshit
Yeah.
aside, like, how do you like your job? What can we do, to better your job, make
Yeah.
it feel safer, make it more efficient or whatever, and actually do something about it. Same with the airport, same with the port entries. Like, I find that's way more important than just going there and doing the dog and pony show. But like, nobody wants to do that, right? It's
Yep.
like if your boss comes to you and like sits down and like, takes his boss hat off, just says, "How you doing? You know, how do you like it? What can we do for you?" Everybody's just like, "Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm thank you. Oh, thank you." Right? Because everybody is way too terrified to actually speak their mind. Right? Like, I've done it with my boss. He's like, "Oh, he's like, Pierre, what do you think about this?" And I said, "Do you want my honest answer or do you want a rah-rah answer?" He's like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, it's up to you." I was like, "Do you want my honest opinion or do you want something that like strokes it?" You know? And
Sure.
he's like, "Well, give me both." I was like, "Well, which one do you want?" So he's like, "Give me the good news one." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I said a whole bunch of stuff, and he's like, "Okay, now give me the other one." And I told him some stuff, and he's like, "Wow, well, those are way different." And I said, "Yeah."
Well, yeah.
So
That's I
so
asked you. Like, do you want my honest answer or do you
right,
want the one that you want to hear?
right.
Yeah.
So now they just avoid asking me anything,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I flat out said, I was like, "Look, I'm still working here. I'm still doing whatever." But it's like, you guys are a bunch of monkeys with your fucking own hands up your ass. I was like,
Yeah.
there's such a disconnect between this, that. I was like, we could do this and this and this. Well, those are all good ideas. It's like, yeah, well, that was 3 years ago, boss. It's like, we still haven't done anything. There's been no movement on it. So it's like, don't bullshit me. Like, it's a two-way
Yeah.
street. Don't say, oh, that's a good idea. Just be like, okay, thanks for the conversation. Don't say that's good. We should see about doing something about that, and then never do anything about it. Right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, yeah.
So
Like,
depending on that disconnect,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, but that's the thing. Like, you know, you can only be asked for your opinion so many times, and the person doesn't ever listen.
yeah,
That eventually you're going to just not like. I get it. If someone asks for advice or an opinion on something, they're not necessarily going to agree with it or take that advice every single time.
yeah,
But if they never take it, yeah, fuck right off. You've
yeah,
wasted my time, so I am gonna just do whatever. But like,
yeah.
yeah, this is like whatever this guy has been doing to prepare himself to take on these portfolios over the summer has not been helpful because there's multiple times where this guy has
Right.
basically like
And that's
stepped
only
into it
four.
up to his fucking neck, right? Like,
Right. And that's only four of the six portfolios.
yeah,
RCMP,
yeah,
border, airport, port of entry.
well,
What's the other
yeah.
two? Or do
Fuck
one
if
of
I
those
know.
four split into two?
Fucked if I know. Yeah. But like,
Uh,
I don't know. Yeah, somehow in a month we're gonna find out what this buyback program actually looks like, and yeah, they think that they're gonna have it completed, and I would like to
well,
know what their definition of completed means.
yeah.
because there's no fucking way. Like, there are people that like never once complied with the long gun registry. There are
Look
probably
at
still people in Quebec that have not complied with the Quebec gun registry, and that's been several years. And the long gun registry was something around 20 years.
yeah. So when the open date, or
Yeah,
they had a few months or whatever, or a year or something in Quebec, and by the
yeah,
time that deadline was done, 99% of all the guns registered were sitting in gun stores.
yeah.
Right. So like
And
there
so
was a
like
1%,
yeah,
1% of guns
yeah,
that were not in stores.
at the end of 13 months from now, it is plausible that they may have been able to force people into turning in their registered items because they know who has them and it's easy to like apply force then, right? Like they can go, we know
Technically,
you
yes.
have these things.
Yes.
You
And
had
if you
better
don't,
turn them
yeah,
in or we are coming to arrest you tomorrow. Like that's some pretty
yeah,
aggressive leverage that would work on a lot of people. So it is plausible that they might near completion on that. But for the stuff that they don't have a fucking clue about where it is, there's
yeah,
no fucking way. No fucking way.
right,
I am
right.
not
And
encouraging people to break the law,
no,
but I do know that compliance on this is going to be very low.
yes. Maybe not for the registered or restricted firearms that you have to have the
Yeah.
paperwork and the SAT serial
Yeah.
numbers and
The
everything, but
unregistered stuff,
the
like
non-restricted
I would
rifles
be
that they decided,
very shocked if they
yeah,
had even 10%, even 5%. I would be very shocked if at the end of a year
yeah,
from now they have that turned in.
yep,
Um, Related article. While all of this is going on and everyone is trying to make everything safer, they're doing
yes.
anything but that. And this one, I know we have a bad habit of making light of things, so I will do my best to not do this for this article. But
I will do my best as well,
um,
but no promises.
yeah, so the other day, and I was actually like at range control Sunday morning, waiting for the briefing, flipping through my phone, um, and was reading this article, and then Rainbow Dave, a friend of ours from the other podcast there, him and I, as we were walking into range control, were talking about this. So all while the liberals are trying to paint us as the problem, their inability to actually do anything about real criminals has resulted in the death of an 8-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's. Can we charge them with endangering
Yeah,
a child?
yeah. So shootout in Toronto in front of a set of apartment buildings. And I am fairly certain that as a young teenager, I was at a party for a friend of mine that lived in one of these buildings.
Right?
Um, they were not great apartment buildings back then, but they certainly, to the best of my knowledge, did not have shootouts in front of them.
Well, no, they were probably a different kind of shooting up.
Even then, I think that was like at a minimum.
Well, I mean, it was probably not as advertised and as easily seen as a
Well,
gun
yeah,
shooting. You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure,
Like,
like I'm sure it happened, yeah. But
yeah,
like, yeah. So apparently, some gunshots were fired out front of this building as a mother and her child were kind of like laying in bed while she was trying to get the kid ready for bed. Gunshots rang out. The kid sat up. More gunshots rang out. One went through the window and struck the child. Like that is
that's the worst.
so tragic. Like
Yeah,
the most ridiculous of terrible luck
yeah,
and so tragic. Like this kid is like getting ready to go to sleep
yeah.
and his mother has got him like in her arms while this happens. Like I could not think of anything worse that could happen to somebody than that. But like they're trying to paint us as the problem. Meanwhile, and like the people that they've talked to in this neighborhood and everything else are complaining that there are young kids running around with guns.
Yep.
They certainly didn't go into a store and buy them.
Nope. I mean, they may have did robbery, right? Like
Yeah,
go steal it from someone or whatever, and it's just
but
like, okay, but like, yet this was not
more
legally
often than not,
purchased.
as we said, like we know this for a fact because they have traced the vast majority of crime guns that are found back to the
Yep.
US. And I'm not saying that the US has a gun problem either, but like when you have a country south of you that you
That's
have the
very,
freedom to purchase guns and they're part of the culture,
yep.
it becomes very attainable there. And then all you have to do is smuggle them across the border. And then that
And you can make a
becomes
boatload of money, right? Like you can buy a
problematic.
Glock in the US for 300 bucks,
Yeah.
sell it up here for 3 grand,
Well,
right?
exactly, right? And so that becomes very tempting for people that are uh, prone to those lifestyle choices or need to make money because they can't find gainful employment otherwise because of lack of education or whatever else.
Yeah. Or lack
There's a
of
lot of,
want.
yeah,
Yeah.
socioeconomic problems here.
Yep.
But like they go and enter into this, gang lifestyle. And then they do gangbanger things. And some of them aren't even really gangbangers.
They're
They're
no,
just
they're just
imitating it and perpetuating the nonsense
yeah.
and just like wanting to be gangbangers so badly that they go and do gangbanger things. But then when we catch them, it's like a
They get
slap on the wrist. Like there are people that are out with multiple weapons prohibitions. The fact that somebody already has a weapons prohibition
and then gets
and
a
then gets
second one.
caught again shows that that didn't work.
Right. And
Yet we
and
let them out.
and the difference in laws that would happen that you, a
Yeah.
legal gun owner, would take
Yeah.
one of your legally purchased registered firearms in the back and
Yeah, if I
somehow
forget a
fool the
piece of paper or forget to put a trigger lock on something or something
yeah,
stupid, right? Like,
yeah,
because I mean, I've seen that happen before where like people have come to the range and like they're like, shit, like I forgot my keys. Well, I guess I'm cutting this lock off and
yeah,
do that, but then it's like, well, now I have to illegally transport them home.
yeah,
Or, I mean, at the range the other day, we found a lock on the ground. Like that happens where like you drop something and you can't
yep,
find it or it gets put in the wrong bag and now it's
yep,
like shit. Like I can't stay here forever because the range has to close,
yeah,
but also I need to like I can't transport these things from here legally without locking everything up. But now my lock is either broken or like
yeah,
missing
yeah.
and we would get in big trouble.
Your key broke. Like you did
Yeah.
everything legal, but for some reason your keys just got a little wonky in there and snapped. Because let's be honest,
Yep. Yeah, they're
most of those are
shitty
very
keys.
fucking shit keys, right? I've
Yeah.
swapped all mine out for combo ones,
Yeah, yeah. Some
and I'm
people
like,
prefer keys, and yeah,
yeah. So I'm like, fine. We can get into the debate of like, okay, well, what do you do? Two is one, or one is none, two
yeah.
is
But
one.
I'm
Like,
not gonna
okay, but
bring a spare lock with me because that's stupid, right? Like,
right, like, or do you buy one and just leave it in your vehicle? Like, there's
yeah.
lots of things you could do, but it's just like, but these people aren't even running around with that, so they probably got prohib mags.
Oh yeah,
Half of them
like,
are probably prohib weapons because they're under 4 inch barrels.
well, exactly, and that's the problem is that like whatever these guys do get caught, it's like they have guns that we couldn't even buy here legally, so they will have like a U.S. Glock 19 that has a slightly smaller barrel by like two
Yeah, it's like
millimeters.
it's like 3.9 inches, not four.
Yeah,
So
right, or other things like that that we're not allowed to have, and then they will also have like magazines that are over capacity compared to Canadian law, but like it's not like you look at them and there was a rivet that was drilled out. There was never a rivet installed in it to begin with. So all that stuff is purchased illegally. We know this. We are not focusing on this. They're spending too much time, effort, and money focusing on us.
yeah,
And then
it's
ridiculously tragic stuff like this happens where like an innocent child, and this
yeah,
family seems to have like really gone through the ringer. So like there are two siblings And the older brother apparently was shot at some point in time as well and survived. And then the daughter has been threatened at gunpoint or something like that as well. So like this one family has three kids, and every single one of those kids
I've
has had
had
a
it.
negative interaction with a firearm. Like, what is this world coming to? What is this city coming to? Like, this is insane. That like this is not the Canada that I grew up in. Like,
No.
yes, bad things have always happened and always will happen, but it is on the rise. And this is not anything to do with us. This is everything to do with the ridiculous policies that have been enacted by the Liberal government over the last decade.
Yeah, and I mean, we could even go dive deeper into the whole broken nuclear family.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. It's a
like
massive
right, like
culture problem. Yeah.
right, culture problem, right? Like it's when you incentivize and it's cool to that your parents are split up because now you get two Christmases, you get two birthdays, you get two of everything, right?
Yeah.
And we've made a system that's so dependent on it, and subsidized housing where
Yeah.
everything this that or whatever that I'm like you end up being products of your environment in most cases. I'm
Oh,
not saying
yeah.
everybody is, but like there are some that are thrive to be
Well,
better,
but
and there are
but yeah,
some that
that's
are
just
just
it.
like
We
what.
we build these ghettos, and then we don't help people get out of them.
Yeah,
Like this whole like the Trudeau eras were like we were supposed to be like building up the middle class and
yeah,
those that are working hard to become middle class.
yeah,
No, they did the exact opposite. Like
yeah.
the gap is
Okay.
now wider. More people are below the middle class line than are above the middle class line.
And even being middle class, like I still
Yeah,
can't afford. I can. I
yeah,
mean, don't get me wrong. Roof over my head, my bills are paid, I got food in the
yeah,
house, but there's nothing else left,
yeah.
right? Like there's no vacation money.
Well,
There's
yeah, like
no.
it's the incentive for like people that should be do like people that should be thriving or at least like doing better than
Just
just
comfortable.
getting by.
Yeah, just live comfortably. You've got a little bit of
Like
money in your pocket, and
like the
you've got
incent
everything.
like the desire and incentive to like do illegal things to make money to get by is starting to creep into those levels now because it's like,
Yeah,
well, everything is so fucking expensive.
yeah.
Like,
And then things like this, like
yeah,
and I mean, we can do whatever we want about trying to block borders, guns from coming down from the U.S. or whatever. Things like this will still happen, right? We would like them to not happen often. So yes, I have a feeling this is probably not someone that legally purchased a gun and got the paperwork from the CFO
yeah,
to be able to go to that area midday and do what he wanted to cause this. But I also think that that money should not even. Well, I mean, yes, we should control the border better and guns coming in, but that money that they've already wasted and are wasting to try and buy back legal guns that you and me have owned, and anybody that has been on this podcast and many other podcasts that are in Canada, that we should probably invest that money into community relations for
yeah,
things. Let's set up stuff like, hey, what's your tism? Everybody has a tism, right? Like we always talk about our like the tisms, right? We can get into reloading tisms, shooting tisms, whatever. Everybody's got something that makes them tick and they thrive for. Okay, well, what is it? Is it just something that they can't get in the house? Or is it something that isn't available? The funds aren't there for that. Like, how about we figure out what makes people's tism go so that they don't want to do those things?
yeah,
I would prefer more of my tax money going into community programs to help
yeah. But community programs that actually
prevent this.
promote
Yes.
like that prevent this and
Yes.
actually promote community,
Yeah.
like a
Or
togetherness and include
yeah,
like
like
an
just
actual inclusiveness, not this weird progressive woke
yeah,
idea of
and I'm not
inclusiveness.
yeah, and I'm not even
Not
saying
that
like
those people
community.
should be excluded, but like just actual community events. Go back to
Yeah.
like community policing where the community will police itself and the people that do the policing are part of the community. So they
Yes.
know these people, they can interact with them on a daily
Yeah.
basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have some mutual respect between both parties, the stat,
Yeah.
right? Like, so let's dump that money in so that hopefully we can prevent something else that like this to happen. Because
Yeah.
I
This
mean,
is just
like that's
I
it's
I
beyond
I
me. Like,
I can't even imagine being like this mother, like that, just
ugh.
having to already have gone through all of that and now this.
uh,
Yeah, something
I'd pr-
needs to change.
I
And
I would probably go postal and go
oh,
fucking hunting myself.
yeah,
Like, right? Like,
but
I
that's
mean,
the
I would get in a
problem
lot
though,
of
is that
trouble
like,
for
but that's the problem though, is that again, like, and I absolutely would too, and I would not
it.
fault anyone for doing this
No,
because,
no, no.
but also then that like just perpetuates the problem even more because now like you've gone and you've
Yeah, right.
allegedly murdered someone
Murdered.
else's kid,
Yes.
and now they have to get vengeance on you, all because of something stupid that one person did that could
Yeah.
have easily have been prevented by them not doing something stupid, or like
Yeah.
not allowing kids to get their hands on illegal guns. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
not.
I mean, is it confirmed that it was kids and not like 20-year-olds?
Well, I mean,
Right,
no,
right,
because
like
they have unfortunately have like no idea who did this, like
right.
no
Yeah.
clue
So
whatsoever.
we're saying
So
kids, but for all you know, they're technically of legal age,
yeah,
right?
I'm
18 year
assuming
old
kids because
gangbangers.
kids do dumb shit. I can't
Yeah, and
imagine that this was like a group of 45-year-old men, although it could
uh,
have been.
it could have, but I mean, right? Like we could
Yeah.
say 21 year
To
olds,
to
like
be
they're
inclusive, it
not
could have been a
kids.
group of 60-year-old women, but statistically, it is probably
They were
somewhere.
just looking for the manager, fucking Karens.
Yeah. Statistically, though, it is
Yeah,
likely
it's
like
likely they're below us
yeah,
25.
late teen, young 20-year-olds that did the
Yes.
dumb thing. But yeah, we need to
So,
do better. Like this is
yes,
tragic. But going along
absolutely.
with this and sort of related as well, PEI man now subject to terrorism peace bond in 3D printed firearms case.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with people wanting to 3D print guns. I think that we should have the ability to do that.
Yes.
Um, I have the problem here with this though is like, how do you crack down on some of this stuff, but then also go and do dumb things like this? So
Yeah.
uh, there's a 50-year-old man from Queens County, PEI, who's facing multiple charges from earlier this year related to 3D printed weapons and uttering threats. Okay, not
And
good.
now, no, and now he's subject to terrorism peace bond.
Yeah. So he was arrested in February after the RCMP received information that he had been making online threats against individuals and organizations. So not good. Nobody
No,
should be doing that.
no.
During his arrest, officers seized 3D printed firearms components from his home. Again, this is sort of vague, but looking at the picture,
Yeah.
there
There's
are one, two, three,
three lowers. No, two
three,
lowers.
what look like three AR-15-ish lowers and what appears to be a Glock frame.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there are potentially four, oh,
Well,
maybe
no, he's
five.
got
Maybe
the
there's
two.
one up here too. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
so
then that's
that's the
just like
low.
a weird clamshell thing that I don't think is actually a receiver set. So there's four, maybe five, what our government would consider firearms
Yes. Because the barrel
because it's the
alone is not a
receiver.
firearm. Yeah.
Yeah, or any
Right.
other component is not. So,
Yeah.
like, one, manufacturing of components should be totally legal
Yep.
because they're just components and they are not registered serialized components like the thing that is called the receiver in most cases. That's the actual firearm by law. That's the part that is controlled. And even then, I don't have a problem with people manufacturing their own because you should be allowed. Like, if I hold a license that says I can have this thing, I should be able to make my own. It's
Yep.
like I'm allowed to build my own car. I can do that,
Yep. Yep.
right? I have to go and get it safetied and all the things. But if I want to build my own firearms, I should be allowed to build my own firearms with no problems there.
Yep.
But yeah, the threats part of this is definitely not okay.
Yeah.
Where I
And
have an issue with this, though, they feel that this guy is dangerous because of all of this, and he got arrested, and they feel that he's still a threat because he's already had like a weapons prohibition, and they got
yeah,
arrested and they found these weapons on him. And so now, rather than put him in jail, even though they still think he is a threat, they've given him a peace bond,
yeah. Like,
of
right.
which,
So
yeah, let me go through the conditions and then we can shit talk this. So, some of the conditions include that he not leave the province without prior consent of police. He is prohibited from accessing the internet or possessing any device capable of accessing the internet. He is subject to an electronic monitoring program. That he not associate with anyone who knows or believes to participate in the activities of a terrorist group or who aids, abets, counsels, or threatens terrorist activity. That he does not own, possess, or carry any objects, literature, or documents with the logo of a terrorist group, as defined by the Criminal Code of Canada.
that's left for vague.
Yeah, so I guess like he can't walk around in his Proud Boys golf shirt anymore
Hmm.
because they're now a terrorist group.
Yes.
But already had a weapons prohibition,
Yes.
was caught with weapons.
Up for debate. Sure.
I mean, by law, our definition, if you have a
Yeah.
receiver, whether it's functional or not, that is considered a firearm.
Yeah.
And he was caught with several.
Yes.
So weapons prohibition, caught with weapons, and now they're giving him a peace bond, which is basically him promising to do all of those things.
That he already promised at least once
And so
and
this
broke.
is this is the problem. Like you have some, and like they,
I mean, I will say though, fucking the print on that one receiver, unless that's a
yeah,
wood stock and they put a 3D printed thing on it or whatever, that is a pretty cool fucking way of printing it. If the
yeah, yeah,
picture
yeah.
lower down, like
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like shit, if you
absolutely.
can
That
3D,
thing looks cool. Yeah,
yeah, I'm like if you can 3D print that, I was like there may be a few
yeah,
stocks I want to switch out.
yeah.
Like,
No, absolutely. Like it looks cool. Like he looks like he's done a good job. But yeah,
yeah,
like RCMP said, based on the accused's online comments, the material seized from his home and the weapons recovered, police believe they have reason to fear that he may commit a terrorism offense. Now, again, I don't necessarily know what they consider a terrorism offense and what they don't. Like a microaggression against somebody might be considered a terrorism offense these
or
days.
going for a walk in the woods, depending where you
Yeah,
are.
but this is the problem. Like, okay, the guy should be allowed to build guns. I don't have a problem with that. But like, if this guy has already done something that is warranted that he has a weapons prohibition, why are we
Yes.
not going, hey, we found you with weapons, so now you just go to jail? Why are we going, you know what, like let's just give him a peace bond. Like and it like a peace
Right.
bond for terrorism charges? Like fuck right off. Like that sets
Yeah.
precedence. So now that this has happened once, it can happen again.
Right. Like it's also been happening for years in Toronto, right? And
Yeah.
other cities. Like like, let's call a spade. Like the article we were just
Hmm.
talking about, right? Like if we were to find the people that probably, had anything to do with that, was
Yeah.
probably someone that already is on a weapons
Yeah.
prohibition of some sort or involved in something that
Yeah.
would
Or
have
they're about to
prevented
get
them.
their first one,
Yeah. But
which
they
they
would
will
probably,
immediately break.
right? Or already have something on the record that would legally not allow them to
Yeah.
possess a firearm of any sort, let alone a restricted compared to non-restricted, because getting
Yeah.
non-restricted is technically semi sort of easier than restricted,
Oh, yeah.
even though
Like,
it's not. Like
yeah.
there's a
It's like
very small
it's
difference between the two, but right.
how do we say that like we're cracking down on this stuff and then dumb shit like this happens? Like that like just give him a peace bond. He's promised that he'll behave. If he doesn't, he
Right.
has to pay money or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but he's already proven that he can't be trusted. And here
Yeah.
We have proven every single fucking
Fucking
day that we
day.
can be trusted.
And every single day since we've told we're
Yeah.
criminals. Like, but because the day
Oh,
before we weren't criminals, right? And I mean, we could be up for debate on this. Like, okay,
yeah.
cool. Like, he's uttered threats on the internet. I was like, okay, so he's a keyboard warrior. I would like to know. I didn't read this whole article. Does it say why he already had a weapons
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to
prohibition?
find out what that is and like whether
Yeah.
that was
Why?
like, yeah, why?
Right?
Like, is it a valid thing or
Yeah.
whatever? But
Is
like,
it like, oh, he's got a DUI, so he can't have weapons?
yeah,
Like,
but like,
so
assuming, yeah, that like, assuming everything is legit.
yeah. I mean, also putting him on a peace bond and everything. We complain about how much we waste in taxes.
Yeah.
Him not being in jail is also
Well,
saving us a fuckload of money.
well, yeah, and so like, I don't necessarily have a problem with the whole concept of peace bonds and everything, especially
Yeah.
for like a friend of mine had one over
Yeah.
something stupid where like him and his girlfriend were out at a party. They both ended up drinking. She was not supposed to drink and then decided to like drive home. So my buddy like grabbed the keys from her hand and chucked them onto the roof of the house. She then called the cops and said that he hit her.
Oof. Yeah. Okay.
Later retract like so he got arrested.
Yeah.
You can't retract it now in this day and age, even
No.
though she tried.
Yeah.
So the way that they solved it was like, okay, all of this goes away if you agree to a peace bond and you behave yourself for X period of time. So for instances like that, or if you make a stupid mistake
Yeah.
and then you abide by it,
Yeah.
right? Like, I'm certain things deserve to be punished harshly and
And so,
immediately.
yeah. And certain things do,
Other
you know,
things, there can be some leeway and there can be some teachable moments and things like
yeah,
that, like depending
a
on
second chance.
circumstances and nuances. Like we all make mistakes, right?
Yes.
So you
I
can
just
give
haven't been caught for
people,
any.
yeah, you can give people that, especially over like very ambiguous, low level, like not some grace, right? Like I'm
Mm.
okay with that. That's the whole
Yeah.
part of like community policing and community justice and all that. You go, look, no one really got hurt.
No.
This is your
It
first
was.
time doing something stupid, and it wasn't even that stupid. So behave yourself. It goes away, no problem. But fuck up again, and you're gonna get in trouble for the thing that you fucked up on now and the thing that you
And
fucked up again.
yeah.
And
Right.
like
Like,
we're gonna be harsher on you. So like I'm
yeah.
fine with it. But like if he's already got a weapons prohibition, why is he getting like another
A
like
peace bond. Yeah.
like fuck right off with that. Like that's not how that works. No.
Yeah. And, think about it years ago. If you got caught with a certain amount of pot, you went to
Yeah.
jail for how long? And like now it's legal. Like, hey, can I get a pardon for that? Like, right? Because
Yeah.
like people that had grow ops, they figured out how to grow weed really good. They
Yeah.
can't grow weed for the government. They can't go work at certain establishments. They've
Well,
been blocked from certain jobs because they had a few plants in their backyard. The neighbor next door fucking narked on them. It's like, okay, well, now it's legal. And it's like, fine, I get you did it while it was illegal.
yeah.
But also, like, the severity of the punishment and, him not being able to do this and that, and blah, blah, blah in the future, excuse me, is like, let's take some common sense to certain things. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is just, yeah, like, yes, I mean, it's just stupid. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it's saving us money, but also I don't agree with it
But like if they think like in this if they think he's a threat, why is he allowed to be out in public? Like,
because he's got an ankle monitor,
right?
and he
Like,
said and he said he's gonna call before he does
yeah,
anything.
yeah, he's promised to behave. All right, next one. Moving to Canada, no easy road for these people fleeing Trump's America for political reasons.
But
Uh,
also, can we make a program where Canadians can leave due to
Yeah.
Carney and Trudeau's things,
Yeah.
and just
For
like swap
political reasons.
places.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
am also fleeing tyranny for political reasons.
Yes.
So, um, there are two guys named Robert.
Robert Square.
Yeah. Uh, that's got to be super confusing. I guess that's why one of them hyphenates. So Trump got elected the first go around, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is terrible." And then he got elected again, and then they decided that they needed to move and all of that. Um, so, quoting one of the Roberts,
Yeah.
who's a reverend at the United Church of Christ.
Oh,
And so now he's at the United Church of Canada parish in London, Ontario. When Trump was first elected in 2016, we thought about leaving, but we thought we were overreacting and things couldn't get that bad. But then things
yeah.
turned out to be just as bad as we imagined. So they watched in anguish and became increasingly uncomfortable with the changing political climate. First, there was the removal of a page dedicated to the 2S LGBTQ plus community from the White House website, just hours after Trump's inauguration in 2017. I don't
Which
know
is
why
surprising.
any one particular group gets a page on a government website.
None of them should.
Um, yeah,
It should just be there for facts, laws,
the citizens of that country all get one page that covers anything
everything.
and everything that is citizens of that country. Any special interest group of any type, shape, or form should not get their own page
Yep.
on that website. Um, but yeah,
And then he said the really bad stuff, where the
yeah,
White House declared a person's gender can't be changed, which is surprising that one of them
yeah,
is a pastor.
yeah. I mean,
Like
that's.
if
I mean, the United Church is pretty
I mean,
all
like you,
inclusive.
yeah, like you do you,
But
boo. I don't
yeah,
care. But that is not a reason to flee to Canada, especially because we
no.
can have the debate about OHIP
Well,
paying for a person to have gender
yeah.
affirming surgery, but they
Well, but
won
the
against
but
OHIP because sometimes they feel like a woman, sometimes they feel like a
yeah.
man. So somehow OHIP is paying for them to have
Well,
both
yeah.
things.
But apparently, the United Church of Canada has had about 20 American clergy members interested in coming to Canada and relocating.
So can I
So,
walk across the border with a golf shirt
yes. Um,
and
but
declare
just keep
asylum
just like you got to cover the logo on the golf shirt until you
in
get to
Canada? Yeah,
yeah.
in Canada, you just got to
Yeah,
cover it.
you
Yeah.
wouldn't want to
Okay.
be committing a terrorist action.
Yeah.
Um, I I get it. There's people in the U.S. right now that do not like the political climate, and it
Okay.
is not working out in their favor at the moment. Um, they have 4 years that they can be elected, and he's already done one term, and he's now in his second. So it would only be another 4 years. You survive 4 years of it. Like, is moving to another country for 4 years and becoming citizens or whatever really worth it? Like, and I
Yeah.
kind of get torn on this, and like this is a bigger issue, but like, I mean, I both of my parents left a country and came here to start a new life because they thought it would be better for them. So I
Yeah, but
can't fault someone for wanting to leave somewhere for a better opportunity. But I'm
yes,
also of the opinion where like,
the opportunities are way different and the reasoning for it are way
well,
different.
yes, but
Like,
also like I don't like. I mean, I'm stuck here because I've got a family business and all the things at this point in my life. And like, I mean, I had the conversation not long ago with my parents and cousin. Like, if I was younger and didn't have those things, I would
would you?
absolutely looking at
Yeah,
actively moving somewhere that like, because reluctantly, despite the fact that my parents are both, they vote conservative, but their views are fairly liberal.
yeah,
They both agreed that like things have not gotten better in the last 20 years. They have gotten
Yeah,
worse.
no.
So yeah, they agreed. Like if I didn't have a job here and everything else, like I should probably fuck off somewhere else. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to abandon my country when I could do something about it to try to make it better.
Mhm.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Like,
But so I'm torn on it. So I get like wanting to leave and move on to greener pastures and all of that thing. Not greener pastures, that's a different thing. Um,
yeah.
but also like the fact that they thought that this would be an easy thing. And these are the kind of people like they're complaining about black churches and the trans and the gay and all of the things are now being persecuted in the US and like we could debate that but we won't because we're not talking American politics but like
No.
generally the people that are on the left side of the spectrum are all about the open borders and the this and the that and the everything else
Yeah.
and think that you should just be able to do this and that like oh let's just go to Canada because we can
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, this is a more difficult process than we thought. Yeah, fuck you. Of
Yeah.
course it is. Like we don't
Yeah. I
want.
mean, it's still way easier than us trying to go to the US,
Yeah,
which is may or may not be in my cards at some point. Like, because, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I don't have the family business and everything. Like, I got family up here, but I'm actively looking like, hey, how complicated
yeah,
is it to get to the US? And it's not easy.
yeah. But
You
yeah,
know, like,
they're complaining here. Um, currently they're here on work visas.
okay,
They expect to obtain permanent residency after 6 months to 2 years in Canada. But because of the recent problems, Ottawa has lowered
the criteria,
the numbers and all of that to be able to do this. So it has made things more difficult. Um, they haven't been able to become homeowners because until they get their permanent residency, they have to pay a 25% foreign buyer's tax in Ontario.
good.
And all of that has apparently postponed him being able to get prostate cancer surgery when they had to urgently move out of their rented apartment because they couldn't move and do surgery all at the same time. Well, like, the, while I feel bad if that's the case, these are also
Yeah,
choices that they've made.
yeah,
Like you can't just come here and get shit given to you and be free and like
yeah,
citizens have rights
visitors do
that
not.
are go above and beyond
Yeah,
yeah, visitors.
yeah,
Like
like you're a visitor until you do this, you do that, or whatever. But like, you don't
yeah,
get to move here and be like, oh no, I need this, and it's like, okay, well, there's a cost associated with that. Why? Because how much have you paid in taxes? So we with their how much everything costs. I'm not saying there shouldn't be some semi sort of leeway in special
yeah,
circumstances. This does not sound like one. These are two grown ass fucking men complaining about something.
yeah,
So you come here, you've been here for a few months, and now you need something that OHIP would charge $60,000 for, and you've paid $2,000 at best into OHIP. Well, why am I absorbing the other $58,000?
yeah. Like sorry, like I get it.
Like,
You don't like where you're from, but like you can't just come here and expect to like get all of the things and become a Canadian overnight. That's not how that
yeah,
fucking works.
no, just like it doesn't work. Like, fine, let's do a swap for swap. Like, you're
Yeah.
two Americans, we
Yeah,
got two
I
Canadians.
will give you my citizenship for your
Yeah,
citizenship. Like, let's do
like
this trade. Can we
let's
do
swap.
that?
What what's your credit score? What's mine? They're close enough. Like, here's your
Yeah,
stuff. Here's my stuff. I go down there. I get your
yeah,
401k that you've got down there. You come up here.
yeah,
You get all the OHIP money I've put in. Right?
yeah.
Like, fine. Like, if
You are the new Pierre. Yeah,
yeah, and I am the new fucking I don't know
yeah.
one of the fucking
One
Taylor.
of the two
Like,
Robins. Yeah,
yeah, right. Like, and I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I'm not
yeah.
saying that should actually be a thing because
No, but
people could
like,
be reactive and regret it 6 months later. But
but you can't just
there's a
like
process.
this entitlement that like these people
Yeah,
have. Like, and that's the biggest problem with the people that generally fall on that side of the political spectrum is this entitlement to things. It's like,
yeah.
no,
This is
like
deserved. Like, you don't deserve
you
anything. You need to work for it.
like no, this is Canada. This is for Canadians, right? Like
Yep.
you can apply to become a Canadian if you would like, but
Yep.
here's the process, and it takes this amount of time, and there is no guarantee that you are going to get it just because you've applied. Like, fuck off. Like the moose out front should have told you, fucking country's closed, right? Like, no
Take
more.
get out of here, you hoser. You know?
Yeah.
And
Ugh.
this one just drives me nuts. Like
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much the end of the article. Yeah. So
Yeah. Like it just
the
is.
year they moved, and then
Yeah.
two of their
Like
friends were assaulted.
like, I'm sorry that they're having some hardships. I can empathize with them, but all of that has to do with their life choices.
Their life choices, where they live. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like
Like,
where you
no,
live
you
has a
felt like you had
factor.
to do this. You survived 4 years under him before. You will survive another 4 years under him again because realistically, things that like, oh no, a web page has been changed. Like, how does that impact your life? It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like what
And if anything,
crazy
like
information.
the 4 years under Trump should have been undone by the 4 years under Biden and then some. So
Yeah.
like, whatever. It's
Right, like a
stupid.
page
But yeah.
disappearing, and I'm like, like, did it really complete anything in your
Yeah, did
life?
having that web page up make anyone's life better?
Yeah,
No, it
right.
did not. It's a fucking web page. Deal with it. Like,
Yeah,
no, you can't just come here and get all of the things because, sorry, you're not Canadian, and becoming Canadian takes some time to prove that you're going to be a good Canadian. If you don't like it, go somewhere else.
yep.
Next one. Ford urges cities to get more municipal workers in the office. So there's been a big push from Doug Ford, who used to be our guy, but no longer is because that didn't last for very
Oh,
long. Um,
give me a sec.
yeah. So um, Dougie has been trying to get all of the Ontario municipal and provincial workers and everything back in the office 5 days a week. Um, Apparently, ever since COVID, a lot of employees have still been doing the whole work from home thing. We're now well outside of COVID. Governments are renting these office buildings and paying electricity and all of the fun things that go along with owning a property and running a property, but nobody is inside of these properties using these offices. So he's trying to do that. I'm for it. If we're going to have these buildings for the government people to work in, they should be working in them. I don't think it's unheard of or not unheard of, unrealistic for your boss to expect you to be at work to do your work.
Yeah, and also, why don't we get rid of buildings?
Well, and so that's the thing. So like if we're going to have them,
Yes, use them, but
use them.
also, why can't we just sell them? Like
Yeah.
my
I'd
brother,
I'd be fine with that as well, right?
right? My brother has flat out been told like you're never coming back to the office because during the COVIDs, sent
Yeah.
everybody home, right? They gave him a thing so he could get a desk, internet. They give pay some of his
Yeah, yeah.
internet, this that, right?
I
Like
mean,
he gets a monthly thing for work. And what the building he was working in, he works for a financial institute or
yeah.
whatever. So make your appointments, come clean out your desk, everything.
Yeah.
And then like they flat out said,
Yeah.
don't ever expect to come back to the
Yeah,
office.
we're getting rid of this. Yeah.
Yeah, and now the office is being changed into condos.
Yeah.
So like the building was bought, someone's putting money into it, and they're gonna make money. So I'm
Yeah.
like, if the work is still getting done
Well,
and we can
exactly.
save all that,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, absolutely. I am 100% on board. Like working from home is a legit thing, and there are
Yeah,
people that do it and do it
and people that
honestly and
thrive.
truthfully.
Yeah,
And yeah,
and
some people do a much better job at home. And like you can look at some studies and depends what it is, but like I do think that it is a legit thing. I mean, some of my employees work from home, and I believe them because the work gets done. There's some others, yeah, I don't know about that.
Like,
But it is a thing, and it can be done, and it can be done efficiently, effectively, and all of that. So don't have a problem with the idea. But also, you kind of have to do what your boss tells you to do.
yeah,
So, like, if the company that employs you or the government that employs you says that you need to be in your physical office at a physical location that is not your home,
yeah,
then you have to do that.
yeah. You don't get to argue.
Yeah.
You
Like,
have to go,
and
or else you're out.
if our government is going to be paying rent or owning a property and paying utilities and all of the things to do the thing, I mean, do need a physical building with physical bathrooms to put the tampons in the men's room after all, right? How do you do
Yes.
that? Do they send you a box at home to every employee so that they can
Yeah.
put them in the bathrooms? I don't know how that works. But like, if they're going to have a physical building, then yes,
Yeah.
the people should be in the building working so that people can make sure that they're working. Because there's also the other study that showed like a bunch of fucking employees were on Netflix all day.
Yeah. But if if
But yeah,
if your job requirement of me, I need to have this done by Friday, and I get it done by Wednesday.
yep.
Okay, because you got to be careful. If you're too efficient at work, the only thing I've noticed is you're
You get
really good
more
at
work.
something means you get more work. And if you're
Yeah.
really shitty at work, it means they're going to take some of your workload off and give it to the really good person.
Yeah.
So, right, like, okay, can we find inefficiencies? How about we
Yeah.
start, if people are abusing the system or whatever, how about we get
Well,
a log logical thing of saying, like, this is your project. It should take you 2 weeks. So
yeah.
you are going to get paid 80 hours for this.
Yeah.
You get it done in 20,
Then
as
you
it's
can
done
fuck off
properly.
for the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it takes you 3 weeks. Hey, that's on you.
Yep.
Unless it
No.
was an actual like faulty program on your end,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. Like I mean,
something where
yeah.
fine, we can have the debate, but
Well, but I
why
mean that
why
but
don't we start
that's
changing this into contract work?
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get your
Yeah.
best bang for your buck. Like this is
Absolutely, yeah.
contract.
Well, and
Like,
I've seen like a bunch of people getting all like I don't want to get into like Starbucks, but like there was a big thing in Starbucks where they changed their like policies and stuff like that and everything. Or not even that they changed their policies, that they just started like enforcing policies that were already on the books.
yeah,
And then people were complaining. And like, yes, it sucks, but also like
it's a
you went and
policy.
got a job there. You should have read over those policies, and now that they're enforcing them and you don't agree with it, well, that is something that you should have done before you accepted the job offer. And same with all of this. Like, so if
Yeah,
you started working at this place pre-COVID and you were expected to be in your office Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, or whatever your hours are, and then COVID happened and things changed, and now it's gone back, and they're like, so like, remember when we hired you, this was the way that we did it? Yeah, we're going back to that. You really
yeah.
can't complain because
No,
that's what was expected of you then, and it's what's expected of you now. The
yeah,
people that maybe like got the job offer during COVID and like the normal for them was working from home might have something to like
yeah,
stand on in that argument to be like, well, I've only ever worked from home, so why would I come into the office? But also,
yeah,
again, if your boss is telling you that you need to come into the office now, then you need to
yeah,
come into the office now. And if you don't like that, there's the door and go and find employment elsewhere where they allow you to work from home.
yeah. Because that's still a thing. There's lots of remote jobs out there,
Yeah,
but like, or fine, less. We still need a building where I can go hand in paperwork. I can go
yeah,
dispute a ticket I got. I can go apply for permits.
yeah,
I can go have a conversation with someone, right, about my building
yeah.
permits, my dog license, all those things. But like, does it need to be this big fancy
Yeah,
building
it could
that
be
has
like a
marble
very
everything?
small office with like three people that work there to handle that.
Yeah, or I can only show up on Tuesdays for building stuff because there's only one office, and the
Yeah.
building guy gets it on Tuesday, and on
Well, yeah,
Mondays it's like my sewage and water stuff, right?
oh,
Like,
absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely ways to skin that cat that make sense,
yeah,
and we can all adapt to that. But like, yeah, it's so funny seeing these people that like
especially the ones that like that's what they used to do it. Things changed briefly, and now
Yeah.
they're like, "Whoa, I'm not. I'm no,
No, no.
no."
They were
Like
like, yeah,
no, but
no,
that's
I
the
like the
job that you
new
got
norm.
hired for.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like it, then fuck off. Like go find a job
Yeah.
somewhere else. Like
Yeah. I don't disagree. Like,
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
the, the whole change and
Ah,
cost of living's got up, and let's say you had to drive 45 minutes, and now, the
now you
last two
don't, and
years you
now it's
haven't.
like you
Now
got
you
used to
don't.
it.
Like, you got
But
the
again, that's
gas,
where like
maintenance, and like maybe not insurance, but like your
then
maintenance on the vehicle, right? You're
start
doing oil changes less, you're doing your brakes less, you're doing tires
then
less, you're doing
then
all these things
reevaluate your
less.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Make
And
smart life choices. Don't decide to pick up and move to another country and it's going to fuck you.
Mhm.
Decide to just get a better job that allows you to work from home and then continue to save on gas and all of those other things, right?
Yeah, or if you're
Do
gonna move to a
that.
good, or if you want to
Yeah.
move here and you want to be Pierre now,
Yeah.
just make sure you have a house,
Yeah.
this, that, a decent
Yeah.
credit score, and we could just swap numbers.
Yeah. It could be as
Like,
simple as just like trading IDs as long as you look vaguely similar.
yeah,
It could be that easy. Feedback
yeah.
at Canadian Patriot Pride.
Patient fine.
Send a selfie so that we can use
Yeah.
software to determine that you look enough alike. Yeah. BC nurse suspended by a college asked to pay $94,000 in costs for comments about transgender people.
Yeah, I had not seen this article until like right now, and I was like, I am so goddamn fucking curious because
Yeah,
I really hope I don't have to pay hundreds and hundreds of thousands about the shit I've said about transgenders.
yeah. So, Amy Ham says she plans to appeal the case in BC Supreme Court and has maintained that she is not transphobic. Um, so she's been suspended in order to pay nearly $94,000 in costs by a provincial nursing regulatory for comments she made about transgender people. So, what comment did she make?
Yes.
Uh, Discriminatory and derogatory statements.
Yep.
So, the BC College of Nurses and Midwives says a disciplinary panel has issued a decision against her, suspending her for 1 month while also ordering her to pay the college costs and disbursements within 2 years.
Okay, what costs on the college? The fuck?
So the Panic said its verdict in March committed professional misconduct for making statements across various online platforms between July 2018 and March 2021 that were partly designed to elicit fear, contempt, and outrage against members of the transgender community. Maybe they're not posting them because they don't want to do the same.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, here we go. I found the problem. Uh, she was penalized for her statements defending the right of women to access female-only spaces.
That that and cost you 94K.
Yeah. They don't tell me exactly what was said. Um,
So like me saying I don't want a dude to go in the same bathroom as my daughter can cost me 94K.
Apparently, but only if you're a nurse. So this is the thing that I don't get about all of this. So
Yeah.
she made these comments online.
Yep.
Did she do it during work hours? If she didn't,
Yep.
what's the problem?
Yep. Right.
Um,
So does
like
anything she said
did she
affect her
in her
job?
comment go, me as a nurse that is part of this regulatory board says this? Because if like she's doing it
Yeah.
as an individual, like, hi, my name is so and so, and I feel this way about a thing. That is you and your individual statement
Yep.
and does not reflect poorly, or at least it shouldn't reflect poorly on any organization that you are part of. That organization could, based on your opinions, decide, hey, we're going to terminate your membership in our organization because we feel that your comments don't match up with our
Like, yeah,
values.
yeah,
But you
sure.
can't fine somebody for that. Like if she
No,
like said, my name is this, I am a member of this organization and I speak for the organization, and like she tarnishes their name and reputation in that regard, then yes, there's an argument there where they should sue her for defamation or including them in the derogatory comments. But
yeah, but
if
so
she
the
said
only
this on her personal time, on her personal Facebook page, they cannot, in my opinion, do fuck all.
no, especially because she's a nurse, so she took an oath of some sort to proper
Yeah.
care to any individual, good, bad, this, that, or blah, blah, blah. So unless she has made this statement and decided at the same time to mistreat and not treat due to the duties she's responsible for, whether it's a nurse at an
Yeah.
old age home, ER, whatever, right? Like deliberately give subpar care or no care at all to anybody
Yeah.
of that um, special class, then fine, we can
Yeah.
have a debate about you not upholding your oath.
But whatever
But
that is, yeah, regardless of whether it's their like sexual orientation, gender expression, race, religion, like any, like if you get discriminated against in the level of care based on that, yes, absolutely, they should be
yeah,
fined. That's directly work related, and you
yeah,
discriminating against something that
like
doesn't matter
yeah,
during work and in a professional capacity.
yeah. But like also don't be in scrubs just outside the hospital and then call people the bad word.
Yes.
Right?
Right? Like, yeah. Like
Like
if one of
block
my
try
employees is like wearing like a company golf shirt and then goes and does a bunch of dumb shit and it's
yeah.
all filmed, yeah, I'm gonna have some words with them, right? Like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you
And
dragged us into this. But if
yeah,
they're
and
out like,
in their shirts,
yeah,
right? And they do something and be like, all right,
yeah,
try and do better. But
yeah,
like
at worst I could
technically,
do is like, yeah, we're gonna need to let you go because this isn't gonna work. But like, I can't find them or come
I don't
after them in any way, shape. Like, this is insane. Like,
yeah. And I find especially because they said like, hey, I would like a females only bathroom. Have if we
yeah,
have to have more than one bathroom, let's have the guys, let's have the girls, and then the whoever else wants to go in there.
yeah. Or you just make everything a single stall, and then there's only like it doesn't matter. They're all gender bathrooms because there's only one person in there and everyone is comfortable.
Yeah. Right? Like fine, let's make a bathroom where everybody can
Yeah.
use girls, guys. Like
Yep.
and
And I will pick the
fine,
one with the
like
shortest line.
yeah, and let's be honest, like
Yeah.
not saying I feel like a girl, like this is your bathroom. You get a bathroom where if no guys go in
Yeah.
there or no other girls go in there because you're a guy saying you're a girl,
Yeah.
fine,
I,
nobody likes you. They didn't like you as a guy and you decided to be a girl and
yeah.
they still don't
I,
like you. The problem is probably you, not the fact
well,
that you're
and
trans.
this is the thing that like drives me crazy about this whole thing is that like, okay, everybody deserves the right to be able to go to the bathroom and feel comfortable in the bathroom,
Yes.
right? Like I don't want to take that away from anybody.
No.
But when you have a minority of the population that somehow gets to override the rights of the majority of the population and their
That's a
right
problem.
to feel comfortable, that is not right.
No.
So yes, like, is there a clean way to solve the problem? Yeah, and that's
Yes.
having multiple bathrooms. But short
Yeah.
of that, if there isn't, like, just, but it's a thing. Like and the more like,
What?
okay, if it's just a toilet and someone goes there, then it's less of an issue. But also, like, I think that men deserve to have men's only spaces. I think that women deserve to have women's only spaces, and that there should be spaces for people that like don't necessarily identify
Are
as either
retarded?
of those things to have their space too. But also, like, you can't just expect that other people are going to build or provide that space
Yeah,
for you
or
at
accept
their
it with open
expense.
arms. Yeah, or
Like you,
accept, like just like this
yeah,
is I like to pee, right, and
yeah,
not make eye contact and not buddy compliment my watch while I'm peeing.
yeah,
But and women should have the same thing, and not have a guy like they're sitting down
yeah,
to pee, and then the stall next to him, there's a 6 foot guy standing there. You can see the top of
yeah,
his head in the thing, and he's peeing all over the floor and making like guy
yeah,
peeing noise, not girl peeing noise. Like I get how that probably feels uncomfortable.
yeah.
Like,
And we can't
and
discount that feeling, right? Like, because
yeah,
doing that is a disservice to those people. But and in painting it with the brush that, like, oh, they're just bigoted or whatever. It's like, no,
no,
there are
yeah,
legit concerns about that. And
yeah,
especially if you start now mixing in like underage people,
yeah.
right? Then it
Where,
starts to become like even more of a concern.
mhm. Where now it's like I look for the family restroom, right?
Yeah,
Which is like the change table, and you've got like a little kid or whatever. It was
yeah,
just like I convince or not convince, tell my daughter that's the best one, and she can lock the door,
yeah,
and everything's good, right? I don't
yeah.
have those concerns, and I'm not saying that every person that is trans is a creep
No,
and is a monster. Like I, that's not what I'm implying. It's just there's a
but
lot of questionability and comfortability
it's
I'm
the
not comfortable with.
it's the potential for it, but also the fact that like it does make people uncomfortable, especially when you get somebody and like so the ones that like are fully like done up and you have like no clue,
Yeah,
no one will even know,
unless you do the Crocodile
right?
Dundee thing at the party, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but no one will know, and it becomes a non-issue. Those aren't the ones that we're talking about. The people that like,
like put you and me in a dress and go into the
yeah,
girls' bathroom. Like,
yeah,
who are you trying to fool, bro?
yeah.
Like,
That is
yeah,
going to make people uncomfortable.
absolutely.
Like it or
And
not, it is going to do that. And like that doesn't mean that their feelings are invalid.
yeah,
And somehow we've gotten to the point where they are,
yeah,
but they
and
shouldn't be.
and the majority, right? XX,
Yeah,
XY chromosomes, right? Like that's how we should identify bathrooms. XX and XY chromosomes, not how you
yeah,
feel. And the few people that are XY and want to be XX or vice versa,
yeah.
like
Like it's really not going to bother me if a woman comes into the bathroom.
no, and
It
goes
happens
into a
all the
stall and goes
time.
pee.
I
Like,
mean, I've
no,
even seen women go in like at concerts and stuff and use the urinal, and it's like, okay, that's impressive.
yeah,
Like,
right.
like
But
good for.
also you walk out and you realize there's a lineup of fucking
But
20,
yeah,
40, 50,
it
50 people.
does
And I'm like,
not
whatever. But
bother me.
no, it doesn't bother
But
me. But also you can't stand there
yeah,
and be like, every guy in here is a creep now. And
yeah,
it's like, no, you walked into our space.
yeah. But like, if I were to do that and go walk into their bathroom, I am
Oof.
sure that it would make them uncomfortable. At least
Yes.
some people, right? Like,
Even
some
though
people
you
may
were
not care,
literally no, but you were
but
also there for the exact same reason as them. I
yeah.
really need to go relieve myself.
But those are like personal, private, like intimate spaces. Like,
Mhm.
and that's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
and you can't just go, oh, well, you're
Okay.
just being a bigot. Like your feelings don't matter, but their feelings do. Like, no,
Yeah.
if
And it's like
anyone's
if
feelings matter, everyone's feelings matter, and
yeah,
we can't
right.
discount it.
They don't get times two feelings compared to me.
Yeah, that's not how that
It's
works.
no, it's everybody's even. So I'm like, if there are
Yeah,
more people saying this is wrong, fine. Sorry, your feelings are hurt. You've been outvoted. We live
yeah,
in a democracy. Try this in almost any other fucking country, other
yeah.
than like
Good
what
luck.
four we can speak of,
Yeah,
right? Like
good luck.
right? Like go try this in fucking India, Pakistan,
Not gonna
Iraq.
happen. Not gonna
Yeah, bro.
happen.
You are gonna get stoned to death and thrown off a roof, right?
Yeah.
But nobody is there arguing till they're blue in the face, just like they're trying to make us feel like you and me and people that listen to the podcast or on the podcast and people that aren't even on part of this podcast at all and have never heard of us, right? Like we are not the
Like,
problem.
we just
I-
need to bring some common sense back to the world. Like it's
Just
everything is just so like
Yeah.
I mean, in this next article that we're going to end on, I think is also part of this whole like and it segues nicely into this because you were just talking about parts of the world where these people would not be around. Uh, so I think that's as good a time as any to talk about this. But the Capital Pride, so the group that runs the Pride Festival in Ottawa, is facing a campaign to restore the pro-Palestinian statement to its website. So last year they did the big Pride Parade in Ottawa and they had a pro-Palestine statement on their website and they got in shit for having that statement. And now people are giving them shit for removing that statement.
Okay, so I'm not bothering with this article. I've had enough to drink. But
Yeah,
so who gave them shit to have it on there?
So
Like
let's see.
Palestine itself?
Well, no, I'm sure Palestine was fine with them supporting them right up into the point where they start sending the people that believe in that stuff to Palestine, in which case then they would probably have big issues for it. Although, to be honest, I am sure that like the particularly religious people of Israel, like the Orthodox people, would also have problems with these people. So I think both sides of this, I think, would have problems with these people.
Yeah, like
And their
Capital Pride
lifestyle.
needs to choose between standing with us and standing with the institution that boycotted and pressured them last year. Mashad David,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
a
think
member of the Queer for like, I,
Oh, sorry. The Jewish Federation of Ottawa called the statement that they had posted the year previous anti-Semitic, and that it would boycott the Pride Parade in response. I'm just curious if the Jewish Federation of Ottawa had ever actually supported the Pride Parade in previous years, or are they just making weird, empty statements? I'm not going to bother to go and look into this because
we'll
I
ask
really
Benny to do a deep dive
don't
for
care,
us.
but also like, but this is the problem with a lot of this stuff
Yeah.
is that
So
like
it's like,
I don't care whether you're pro Pride or anti Pride. I don't care whether you're pro Israel or pro Palestine. Like, why does like one group of people have to necessarily support the other group? Like,
yeah, or
stop.
why do I get more pull and you don't?
Well, stop trying to like the. For better or worse, the Pride Parade is about
The gays.
your sexual orientation.
Yeah.
And potentially your sexual expression. Why did they have to pick a side on Israel
supporting-
or Palestine?
Yeah. So I have
Why?
an even better solution for all of the Pride, every parade that has ever gone on. So let's take all government funding out of it.
Yes.
Let's
100%.
make a very, very simple and efficient, which is going to be complicated because the government's involved. But say for some reason I want to put the Pride Parade in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Right. I go and I say, hey, I would like to do the Pride Parade. Obviously, I can't do it last minute. Right. I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to go a year early.
I gotta get my permits. I gotta hire enough urinals and police officers.
Right.
And
so what's the requirement? This is the route I want to take.
Yeah.
What's the requirement? So the government, without being complicated, says, perfect. You need these permits. It's going to cost you this much. You need this much security. Off-duty cops, vehicles, blah blah blah. Cost you this much. A safe spot to set up and disembark and blah blah blah. Urinals, this that. All in all, it's going to cost you $1 million. Okay, it's $100, $200, like something feasible. Okay, perfect. You can apply for the permit. You get the permit. We've blocked these dates off. We've got everything. You've got this is the deadline to get the $1 million to us. So now there's absolutely no government funding, no taxes. I don't want to support this parade. So I don't think my tax dollars should go. And the people that support this maybe don't want the Christmas one. So this goes for all parades, Christmas, Easter. Only one I'll say government dollars can go for is Canada Day.
Yeah.
So make it easy, make it see through, make it efficient, and all that stuff, which is complicated with government. But then, fine, organize a party if you are that hard about wanting a pride parade. Go do your campaigning and figure out who the fuck wants to donate money, and come up with $1 million. If you come up short, you don't get a fucking parade.
Well, exactly.
That goes for every parade.
That would just make it so much and like and this is the problem with like all of these, like we can all hold different opinions on things. Like if we just take you and I may have vastly different opinions on the whole LGBT thing, and we might have vastly different opinions on the whole Palestine-Israel thing, but we might agree on this thing here. But why does like this thing here now have to agree with this thing and that? Like we all have multiple views on all of the different issues, and trying to force, and this is my problem with all of this thing, like I don't care. Like
No.
Yeah, I don't want my tax dollars going to any parade. I don't care what the parade is.
No, even if it's something I support. Let me keep my money.
I will pay my money. I will pay.
Let's say all in all, every year, $100 goes towards every parade.
Yeah.
I don't agree with 5 of them. I only want 2 of them. Well, let me keep my $700 and let me put $350 towards each one.
And if you want to corporately sponsor like this parade or that parade or whatever, then like open up those wallets and do that.
Yeah.
But if you go, okay, so I support your cause, but how do you feel about this other thing that is totally not related to it? Because you need to support that too.
Yeah.
If you want my money. And I guess that's a fair question to ask if you're like opening up your wallet. But me as an organization, I would go, well, that has nothing to do with this, and we're not going to pick a side one way or the other, unless it's something like totally reprehensible. If it's like, I will give you all of the money, but you also need to like make a statement that says you support pedos. I'd be like, absolutely not. Like no, keep your money. You can fuck right off. But like, short of things that are like just totally obviously reprehensible, like who cares? It has nothing to do with this. Like, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm not going to give you money for your pride parade because you don't agree with climate change.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with any of it? There are people that likely believe that gay people should be allowed to get married, but can't decide whether climate change is real or not. Do we need to alienate them from the parade, or vice versa? There might be people that are like, yay, climate change. We need to support this because it's a big problem, but we don't like the gays, or like what? Start getting so like convoluted and all. It's just like, no, the pride parade is about this. Either get behind it or don't. I don't care. Stop making it about other issues. Stop making every other parade about multiple issues.
About
like just either show up and support it or don't, and take it at face value for what it is, or don't and fuck right off.
And no animosity. I don't support your pride parade. You don't want to support something else. You support everything, including the pride, and I choose not to. Fine, we can have a difference of opinion. We should still be cordial, respectful, neighborly if you live, 2 doors down or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but you do you. I'm not
that is what tolerance actually looks like.
Yeah, right. And the giant problem with everything is just like there's no I'll even go as far as calling it like mutual respect. Like, I respect the fact that you think this is a necessity. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
You need to respect my point of view and you need to respect yours. And fine, we can absolutely have an open conversation about why you think I'm wrong and why I think you're wrong, or where I stand on my point of view compared to you, like in a respectful manner. I love those conversations and I wish I would have a lot more of them, but it goes way too fast, way too hard instantly about like, oh well, you're misogynistic or you're transphobic or you're anti-gay or you're this and that. And it's just like, no, like, can I just
Yeah.
explain why I'm not even going to say you're wrong, just why I have a difference of opinion. Like, can we
Yeah.
go back to just having
Well,
conversations about a difference of
and
opinion?
that's why everyone gets so polarized and everything, because it's like
Yeah.
we're so worried about, okay, we agree on these 8 things, but this
But that
one thing
ninth, god
that
damn
like
it.
this one thing, and it's just like, no, we're all people. We all have varying things that we agree to or disagree to different levels. And like, yeah, have a thing. I don't care what the thing is
Yeah.
for. It should be about this and not about anything else.
No.
And you go and you support it or you don't.
Yeah.
And then you
And
go look at this thing next week and there's another parade for this thing.
yeah.
Like,
Do you support that
yeah,
or
if
not?
people want to make their event very niche, like they're
Yeah.
welcome to do that. Like if you want to be like, hey, today's parade is all for like
Butter
left
chicken.
left-handed dwarfs, yeah, that enjoy butter chicken,
Yeah.
then
Like,
have
cool.
at it. Like
It's
that's
gonna cost $1 million, and you
you've
figure out how to get $1 million out of people.
yeah,
Have at it.
you've set your criteria from the get-go
Yeah.
and away you are. But if you want to have an event that brings more people out, like maybe keep your opinions to other things that are not related to that to yourselves and don't
Yeah.
alienate people and
Yeah.
have them give them a reason to not show up.
Yeah.
Like
And
just be like, you know what, my views on this are not relevant to this topic, so it's none of your fucking business.
yeah, and maybe there's one day where I've had enough whiskey where you knock on my door and I'm like, I'll
Yeah,
donate $40 just so I'm like, you know what? I've had my parades. You deserve yours. I'm not going to give you a bunch, but like, here's $40. And if enough people do
yeah,
that, you can have yours. I'm not going to show up and like wave at you while you're twerking on the fucking float for the
yeah,
Pride Parade. But if it's a diehard thing, like, I think there should be a lot more
yeah.
involved in people doing work. And like I said, across the board, only one non-negotiable all taxes go towards is Canada Day parades in anywhere and everywhere, because
Yeah.
you have the choice to vote for everything else, and that's because you live in Canada. So
Well,
that
no,
is no
I
ands, if or
just
buts. But everything else, fucking find people to go volunteer and collect funds and do this and that. And if that doesn't happen, you don't get to
yeah,
complain about it. Go move somewhere where there's
yeah,
more people
yeah.
that support that. You can
Or
have the parades there.
yeah, or yeah, stop making your movement so niche that you need to support these 10 things,
Yep.
which makes your contribution pool this size. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, be
Yeah.
more palatable for the masses, and then maybe people will support your thing. I don't know. I'm not an
Yeah.
expert, but
I mean,
that's how
neither,
I
but
feel about it. Um,
agreed.
where can people find you when you're not here bitching about all of the things?
Definitely not supporting pride parades. Um, but you can find me off the wall customizing at Gmail. Probably some of the socials medias. My wife takes care of all that. I've given it up on social media. I am on the Discords, even though I don't do anything on there other than just like read new messages. Or you can find me Sunday nights on the Canadian Prepper podcast about how to be more prepared for stuff we talk about Monday night about government overreach.
Excellent. You can find me on the Instagram UrbexGTA. We value your opinion, so please visit CanadianPatriotPodcast.com/feedback or email us at feedback@CanadianPatriotPodcast.com. Remember to include a selfie so that Pierre and I can
Yep.
definitely use the facial recognition thing to see if you can unlock my phone or his phone. And if so, we might be able to swap IDs and do the whole citizenship exchange.
Yes.
For legal purposes, that is a joke.
Yes.
As is everything else that we have said earlier, we do not advocate for committing of crimes in any way, shape, or form.
No.
We are all very law-abiding citizens.
Yeah. But I do stand
Govern
my
us
statement.
harder.
Yeah, I do stand by my statement of not supporting gay pride parades
That's
or
fine.
transgender stuff. That
You're
I
allowed to
stand
do
by.
that.
But everything
Yeah.
else, yes, we were joking about everything.
Yes.
But that's just me.
Apologies to Rod. just apologies. No reason why.
Well,
We're just
he
sorry.
he was he was trying to figure out if he had any fines coming his way.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like if you get up and say the wrong thing about anything, you're going to get fined by somebody.
Yeah.
The Liberal government would probably like to fine Rod and me and Pierre and every other member on this podcast and all of our listeners for anything and everything they can. And I think they already do. I think those are called taxes.
Yes.
But yes, we'd also like to remind you all that you are a small fringe minority with unacceptable views.